Hi, I'm Shanika Center. I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for Middle School Science for English language learners and multilingual learners. This week's video is going to be for the lessons of 524, and this lesson is going to be on how students can create a gradient for their determination of the per capita carbon footprints. Hi, I'm Shanika Center. I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for Middle School Science for multilingual learners and English language learners. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a gradient so you can complete the introduction and model for Unit 5, Day 6. In this lesson, you're going to be asked to use the per capita carbon footprints that you calculated to determine which region has the highest or lowest carbon footprint. So in this lesson, we are going to rank regions based on their carbon footprint. Before we get started, let's review some vocabulary. So a gradient, which is what you're going to be asked to create today, is a gradual change in color. And I'll show you how to create that. Before I show you, let's go over some of the work from last class. So last class, you were asked to calculate the per capita emissions of CO2, which is the carbon footprint. And you should have gotten numbers identical to these numbers here. So take a minute and review your work, which you can find in your student packet, and check your answers with mine. When you're finished checking your answers, you're going to rank each region or country based on their comparative emissions. So if the country or region has a low carbon footprint, you're going to give them a 1, and then the next smallest 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the largest carbon emission or the greatest carbon emission should be ranked number 7. So in this case, that would be North America would have the highest carbon emissions. So you're going to write a 7 next to North America. And then the next region or country that has the next biggest, you're going to write a 6 next to them. You can also go the opposite way and see which region or country has the most emissions first. So in this case, that would be Africa, which only has 1.1 tons per capita. And you would give them a 1. Then you would look for the next country or region that has the next smallest. So in this case, that would be South America, which would be 2. So you're going to do this until you have all of the regions or countries labeled 1 through 7. So now we're going to create our gradient. So what you're going to do is create something that looks similar to this. So this is just a gradient of different colors. It's not as smooth, but that's really okay. So quickly, I'll show you how to do this. So you're going to use this column right here, and you're going to go to the paint can or fill color and pick whichever that you want to use. So if you would like to use blue, you can use blue. And then you're going to start with this second or third row right here, which is the lightest color. And then you're going to click that and fill the box. Then you're going to go to the next box and pick the next color. You have to make sure that you stay in the same row of the colors, because if you go slightly over, it's going to be an off shade. So you want to make sure that all of the entire column has the same colors. So then you're going to pick the next blue and go all the way down. So there are 6 colors here. So once you get to the bottom, you're going to have to do something different. So what you're going to do is click the bottom color, and you'll see that these two are similar, so that's not going to work. So go back to the paint can, still in that box, and then click the plus sign in the custom column. Then you're going to take this little circle here and drag it so it's darker. Then you're going to press OK, and there you go. You have darker color. If you don't like the shade that color turned out, you can make it even darker if you would like. But here you go. This is your gradient that you will use for the next part. So you can take your time on doing that, but that's how you do it. Once you're finished with your gradient, you like the colors, you're going to copy and paste your gradient onto this map. So this map shows you the regions that you calculated the carbon emissions for. So this carbon emission chart is what this map shows. So something that I think would be helpful is for you to take the numbers, your ranking system that you created earlier, and write those numbers next to the countries. So for example, number 1 was Africa. So we have Africa right here. So you can just click in the Africa box and put a 1. Then you can go back to your chart. Go back to your chart and see which country you ranked to. I only did 1 and 7 as examples, so I'm just going to label 1 for Africa, and then next region is North America, which is number 7. So we're going to go here, next to North America, make a 7. Okay, so once you have that finished and all of the countries have numbers next to them, you're going to use your gradient. So this is a little bit complicated, this next part, but what you're going to do is click in the box and then click in the circle. So once you click in the box, you're going to see the color. So this is the first, this is light cornflower blue, number 3. So then you're going to go to the region. Remember the name of go to fill color, and then find the color that you picked. So light cornflower blue. And that's going to be your gradient, step 1. When you are at your final number 7 region, or the 7th region, the highest carbon emissions region, you have to go back to the custom box, and it'll be the last color. So you click that, and then that will be the color that's here. Once you're finished once you're finished filling in all of the circles, you're going to answer the questions in your notes that are reflecting on this region map. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your teacher.